as we jump in. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alcyone, we have our American Terran player, the Pink Terran, representing Storm Gaming. Some know him as the normal man. Oh, sorry, some know him as Epic, but he is just a normal man. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Blue Terran player, the American Terran, representing the Cranky Ducklings. It is Dirty Dan Dolan. Let's go. And if you are in the chat, predictions are now open. There we go. Predictions are open in the chat. You can place your bets on who you believe will take the series and make it through, Epic or Dolan. Dolan, again, he is so close to making it out of the groups into the playoffs. At the same time, Epic has been popping off. We haven't seen him yet tonight on the channel. Honestly, I didn't really expect Epic to have as strong of a performance so far, but he is looking on fire. And yeah, Epic, he is even confirmed out of the group, I believe. He's confirmed to make it into the playoffs. That's how well Epic has been performing, which definitely is a scary thought. It is a scary thought for Dolan. We'll see if we can overcome that. Again, we already saw Dolan bring down Migs earlier today. You can make the argument that, you know, Migs, he's more of a part-time player. True, but I'm pretty sure Epic is as well. So we'll see. For now, double gas. Double gas opener from Epic. Double gas opener from Dolan. Double gas opener here from Epic. Getting into our factory setups. With this, we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go into additional Cyclones. We can go into a fast tank. We'll keep an eye on our players. Predictions. Beautiful. Jump on it. Pounce, Papi. Pounce. I pounced. I got on it, Papi. I got on it. Let's go. The Dirty Dan versus the normal man. Beautiful, beautiful. As our factories are on the way, we have our initial setup here, and we do shoot first. Yeah, Dolan does shoot first. Epic force back. A little bit of micro here with our first couple units with our SCV and our Reaper. I believe the SCV is going to be hunted down. The Reaper took a lot of hits. And we'll see if Dolan can catch that Reaper as well. Yeah, so far so good. Dolan bullying his way across the map, going for the CC on the low ground. We will delay for a moment, but now we're up to 2 Reapers. Now Dolan has to retreat. It's going to be a 1-to-1 trade, 1 SCV for 1 SCV. Dolan did not catch the Reaper like he would have hoped, but he has the Zelnaga. Does rally out, and back behind this, we do have our factory follow-up into a Cyclone. Meanwhile, the normal man working towards add-ons. So Hellion into add-ons from Epic. Meanwhile, Dirty Dan, Dolan, is going to be opening up with our initial Cyclone, followed by add-ons instead. In a head-to-head fight, I would give the edge to our Cyclone player. I would give the edge to Dolan. But that's only if we can make use of this army ahead of time. We'll see if we move out with that Cyclone. Otherwise, we do see our normal man settling into his 2-base economy. Cyclones in production, medevac as well to go for some drop play. We can see that Dolan just gaining map control, pulling back. He's not going to be committing to anything, and we are going for a very fast tank. Interesting. Very early tank production here from Dolan. We have seen Bjorn embrace this style as well, especially last patch when Mass Cyclone was a thing. And this isn't just tank. We're getting from tank into Raven as well. So a very tech-heavy style, going tank Raven, building up on our 2-base setup. Instead, we have our Pink Terran player be more active. He's going for some drop play, moving out with our initial units. Reaper, Hellion, Cyclone. We are moving out. The drop is spotted by the Zelnaga. Dolan, he pulls back. He's aware of the drop, and he's getting ready. Is it getting ready for this? Epic going for the unload. Dolan is ready. Tank shot goes off. Yeah, big tank volley. Getting us over the medevac as well. Getting a couple of hits in, but the medevac will boost away. Not a bad start for Dolan. Again, really nice scouting, really nice setup. Beautifully done here initially. As he does pull back. Ooh. Meanwhile, across the map, we can see that Epic is also getting into his own Raven and tank production, but is one step behind that of Dolan. So Dolan will have a slight lead in that respect. As both players are going to be calming things down. We calm things down, we back off after the initial drop, and we're just building up here on 2 bases. We're keeping an eye on our third CC timing, whether we rush into a fast third. Speaking of, that is a fast third, and so is that. Oh, the normal man taking a risk. We do see Epic going for the CC on location, Dolan going for the CC on the high ground instead. So Epic taking a risk of being a little bit greedier. We'll see if he gets away with it. Both players actually working in the same direction here. We're getting into Tank Viking for Dolan, Tank Viking for Epic. Some players like to go into more medevacs and go for a drop heavy style. Some players like to commit into an additional Raven and go up to 3 Ravens. We can see here 2 Raven versus 2 Raven. Honestly, both players are kind of almost mirroring each other. We had a slightly different way to get into the mid game, but we're just ending up at the same destination here. Dolan and Epic. Army moves out. Dolan does take control of the Zelnaga. Epic falling back, and he'll be able to get into his third base slightly faster here compared to Dolan. And Dolan is unaware. Dolan has not scouted, has no vision. There's no idea that his opponent has been a little bit greedier. Time for bed. Oh, good night, Bobby. Good night. Get some rest. Get some rest, Bobby. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate it. We are almost done with our Night of StarCraft. Again, only 1 series left. We're almost done. And make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 2. Tomorrow is the playoffs. This is a 2-day event, thankfully. So make sure to check it out. We won't be casting tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything's on the mainstream. Mainstream tomorrow. Still worth watching. As Dolan is expanding, taking his third. Meanwhile, Epic was already here. As a result, Epic, he is ahead in workers. He has the slightly better economy. Epic does get away with slightly more. So Epic does have his lead. Does have a lead. A small one, but a lead nonetheless. Meanwhile, Dolan's still building up. Does have the Zelnaga. Does spot the move out. Is aware. And is getting ready. Dolan does respond. Sieging up his tanks. Scanning ahead of time. Looking at our Viking counts. So far, the Viking counts are even. Dolan is up in the tank. Dolan has an additional tank. But Epic has additional Marines instead. So going to be a very close engagement here. Dolan does get eyes on the rocks as they are knocked down. Yeah, the rocks will fall. Dolan doesn't quite commit. Pulls back a little bit, getting a better arc. Good position here by Dolan. Does siege up. And there's no pushing into this. Even with those 2 Ravens, even with Disables. Not going to be easy. Sorry, I didn't even realize Dolan is playing mech. I mean, that's why he didn't have Marines. Of course. My apologies. Double armory on the way. Mass tank production here for Dolan. Instead, Stim is done. Combat shields on the way, getting into our mass bio. Because of this, Epic will have a more mobile army. But in a head-to-head fight, I have to favor the meching player. It's only if we can keep up. As Epic does threaten a dive. There we go for the disables. The tanks will siege up. Likewise, the counter disable on Epic. And Dolan holds. Dolan holds the line, even baiting the army, and the Vikings go to town. Oh my god. Yeah, we shut down the Medivacs. Dolan maintains air control. Tanks are repositioning. We can see Epic rallying across the map. But Dolan is up in tanks, up in Vikings, catching the tanks as well. Up. No! Oh my god. Medevac falls, and Epic, he's up against the wall. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, the bio army does come in time. Oof. Dolan baiting out more tank shots. Just dragging the army within range. Really nice staggering here of the tanks. Really nice positional play from Dolan. As Epic is still looking for a way in, scans ahead of time. Getting a 4th. Epic does have the economic lead. Up a base. As he sets up for a drop on the right-hand side. Dolan does miss the medevacs. Oh, he does miss them. Pushes on forward instead of catching a tank. 4 medevac goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the drops are getting bullied. Vikings even being a little bit adventurous, threatening those medevacs even further. Landing on the tanks! Yeah, we go for the land, we go for the dive. Another tank falls. This does cost us a couple of Vikings. Dolan has to be careful not to bleed out too much. Behind this, 4th CC, about to finish up. Dolan has been taking better trades at the same time. You see Epic going for a Doom Drop here towards the north. Does get here ahead of time. Forcing Dolan back home. And Epic does give himself breathing room. He's able to just settle down on 4 bases, work towards a 5th base, getting into 2-2. Despite how chaotic things were getting here in the center of the map, Dolan is forced to retreat. Again, he has to respect the drop play of Epic. You have a line of turrets, line of tanks being thrown down. Dolan getting up to 4 bases. Still being as mobile as possible with these Vikings and Hellions. Ooh, and we're going for a split push. We're diving in. And nice spread there by Epic. He does get 1, get 2 tanks, get a 3rd tank as well. And at the same time going for a double drop towards the 3rd base or even towards the main. And Dolan getting pulled apart. He does miss the drop. Vikings know where they needed to be. And we're trading well. We pick up another tank. Yeah, very efficient trades here. We're going to have to force the Vikings to land. Oh, boys are being pulled. SCVs are going down. At the same time, Epic amassing his main army. And Bio may be a little bit fragile, but that's a lot of Marauders. There's a lot of Marauders here in the army. Designed to bust through a tank line. And take tank shots to the face. Now, Dolan's economy is still solid. Like, he's still on 80 SCVs. Like, his worker count is still looking good. But again, this mech army is so slow. He needs to get eyes on the army. He does miss it. Pushing through the center. And Epic has to make a choice. He's going for the counterattack. Do we collapse on the army or do we go for the base? Where are we headed? Steaming off the ramp. Going for the tanks. Decent spread. We do take down 3 of these tanks. Not bad. The army coming in from behind. And we just don't even care. We just bust right on through into the natural. We force a cancel the CC. Workers going down left and right. And this is going to be a one-way trip, but it's more than worth it. We get 20 SCVs. Oh my god. 20 SCVs go down. And we may even get some Vikings. Yeah, Deeper is falling. We're just rallying here on the right-hand side. We're out of position, and Dolan is being pulled apart. He's just unable to keep up with the movement here of Epic. Despite the massive mech army, just cannot keep up with the mobility of Epic. And 28 SCVs going down. Dolan still has a comparable army, but we need to mine. We need to settle down. As Epic, he just keeps rallying across the map towards the left and right-hand side. He's just continuing to rally over. Meanwhile, likewise, we can see Dolan, he has all of his tanks on the right. Nothing here on the left. No tanks in position. We are vulnerable. We'll see if Epic does recognize that. Again, Dolan has no idea where the army is. Epic taking another base. He can sustain his losses. Epic is maxed out. Yeah, we're going right through the center. Dolan getting in position. This time taking a bit of a better fight. Yeah, big tank volleys going up. But we're still breaking through. Not a bad defense. Shutting down these tanks. We can see Epic taking one of Dolan's bases. Oh my god, he's an animal. Epic just mass expanding, claiming the gold. Taking top left. We can see Dolan scanning. It does confirm the lack of expansions on the right-hand side at least. And Dolan will punish this base. Will shut down the CC. We can see Epic rotating over as well. Rallying and focusing on the left-hand side. Still has those Marauders on the right. But tanks are ready. This position is still looking a little bit bare bones. Yeah, the main army is spotted. Dolan has to rotate. The scan does confirm. Epic doesn't pull away. Doesn't shy away from the fight. Scans confirms Dolan's in position. And Epic has to back off. Like, basically, the name of the game here is that Epic needs to push in wherever Dolan isn't. Wherever he's not. Okay, And you can see Epic spreading out his army. Pushing on the left-hand side. No medevacs is gonna be shut down. At the same time, we go for the scan. We're going in. Liberators have arrived. And we force a massive unsiege. The army sims forward. The tanks are exposed. How many do we get? We get one, we get two. Two tanks go down. Oof, and yeah, just a really awkward fight for Dolan. Does he even have air control? With the help of the Thors, he does. Okay. We'll defend. How many tanks went down? That was 5 tanks falling from the side of Dolan. It's quite an expensive loss. Meanwhile, Epic double expanding here towards the south, taking so many bases. And Dolan is hoping for one big fight. He's hoping to take a big fight, snowball out of control, and push out across the map. That's his goal, his hope. We'll see if he can do this. Moving on out. Dolan does maintain air control. You do see that Epic was trying to make use of Liberators. He's going to have a hard time pulling that off. And Liberation Zones are being thrown down. Vikings, they go for the dive. And it looks like Dolan should be able to break through this. Yeah, it's barely going to be able to break through. Liberators go down. Tanks are pushing forward, and we got to go for the kill. We have to send it. Send it, fam. Unsieges, we're pushing in. The Thor tank. They do get eyes on the gold, but do we want to distract ourselves at the gold base? Okay, we go for the gold, but again, we need to get more damage. We do need to keep pushing. Tank does siege up. He's going to get targeted down. Yeah, the third base is going to fall. We do leave a couple units behind to shut down the gold. Does catch fire. And we're making our way in between bases. We're making our way towards that natural. Going for the kill. Liberator siege is up. We go for the stim. We stim on for the Vikings. They're coming in for a land as well. And it looks like Epic may have enough of the Vikings. They get annihilated. Liberators are targeted as well. The Thors, they're here. They focus on everything in the sky. And Dolan, he's done it. Whew, a Hail Mary push right down mid. Breaks the third, breaks the natural, and he's pushing into the main, into the production. And Epic, he's in trouble. He had a bank, he's burned through it. He has minerals, and only minerals, really. Yeah, the Liberators were a bold move, but again, we had plenty of anti-air with Thors, with Vikings. And Dolan, he's waddling into the main base. Waddling in for the kill. Just camping the production, rallying everything across the map, and what do all these bases mean? They mean nothing. GG gets called, and Dolan, Dirty Dan himself, takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Things were looking dire. I'll be honest, things were looking rough. There was a moment where Epic was like up 40, 50 supply, where he was just pulling Dolan left and right, diving into the main, pushing towards the third, pushing towards the fourth. Dolan was struggling, but he recovered. He was able to recover, maintain his 4 base count. Again, 4 bases are enough to maintain yourself, to max out, and to sustain an army like that. They are enough to sustain. And with that, Dolan was able to recover with his 4 base setup and went for basically a Hail Mary all-in. Like, because there was no 5th base, it meant that in a longer macro game, he would be outscaled. That is why Dolan had to ignore the gold. He had to ignore the gold, and he had to go straight for the natural and straight for the kill. If it wasn't for that, if he had taken his time, different outcome. Potentially different outcome, different game. Epic would have had the time to be able to, you know, reinforce, mass up an army, and have a better go at it. GG. GG, well played. Wait, so can Dolan advance over Astrea, or is it hopeless? Astrea won. Dolan needs, was it Astrea or Cham to lose? Yeah. So Dolan needs to win, and Dolan also needs Cham to lose. That is the goal here, as Thorn is saying. And here we go. We're getting into game 2, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Site Delta, we have the pink Terran player. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, the normal man himself, down in this series. Can he bounce back? It is Epic. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player. The blue Terran representing the Cranky Ducklings, as he is one of our own. He is the Dirty Dan, Dolan. So dirty, man. Speaking of dirty, this normal man is looking to get down in the mud here. We do have a proxy across the map. Now, this looks like a 2-racks opener. Uh-oh. Speaking of proxies. Speaking of proxies. Hello, Papi. Hello. So it's going to be a 2-racks build by Dolan. We have 1 racks at home, 1 racks across the map. Meanwhile, Epic is not getting a racks back at home. Uh-oh. This is dangerous. This is... Okay. A couple of things. This Reaper, when it gets across the map, Epic has nothing. If Dolan miscontrols, then his Reaper's gonna get surrounded by the SCVs. True, the Reaper could get surrounded, but there's nothing to defend. Meanwhile, sure, we're going for we're committing it to proxy Marauder. Okay, because we have a racks at home, we have units to defend. And I believe the Reaper hits first. Yeah, the Reapers will hit first, and chaos is gonna ensue. Epic should be the first player to start losing SCVs. Marauders can fare better in a head-to-head fight against Reapers, but things are about to get wild. I think I favor Dolan because of the Reaper aggression, but at the same time, Marauders can hold their own. They're quite tanky, they do a lot of damage. Oh boy. That's all I can say. As said, keep going. We're waiting for the second Reaper. Okay, here we go. Waiting for the second Reaper, and Dolan, he's going across the map. He's going for the main. Factory's on the way. We can deny the factory. We can deny it. Keep going. Don't be afraid. There we go. We dive into the main base. The factory will not finish. SCV goes down. We bust into the mineral line. Boys are being pulled. As long as we don't get surrounded, we should be okay. We have to micro our hearts out. At the same time, Marauders are amassing. First Marauder gets across the map. Second Marauder as well. Depots are under fire to supply block Dolan. Uh-oh. We deny the factory. A big win. Dolan, if he had lifted that depot, then the factory may have finished. Boys are being pulled. We're up to 4 Reapers. Yeah, 4 Reapers. SCVs are falling left and right at the same time. We're pulling the boys, trying to get on top of the Marauders. So far, good kiting from both players. No one has lost anything yet. Oh, we rally a Reaper in. That's a big loss for Dolan. Does rally the Reaper. Meanwhile, every SCV is going down for Epic. Every worker will fall. At the same time, can Dolan engage? Can Dolan actually engage with this? Does get every worker. Boys are being pulled. Can we get this around? Up! If we can get this around, then we can clean this up. We're trying to. The kiting so far is good. We're getting damage done here on the Marauders, but so many SCVs go down. We have to pull away, and the Reapers are racing back home. Now, thankfully, these Marauders are low. The Marauders are low. They don't heal up like Reapers do. We got a surround. Oh my god, this is gonna come down to the control. We need those KDA charges. Up. So far, decent kiting. We come in for the surround. Oh, we're gonna lose everything. We're gonna lose every single Reaper. The surround is brutal. Every Reaper falls. And we have mules. Yeah, GG gets called. And Epic will tie things up 1-1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Epic will tie things up again. Marauders are just a little bit too tanky in a head-to-head fight. They do get the win. If Dolan got a surround with those SCVs, different game, right? Like, he was so heavily reliant to surround those Marauders. He missed the surround, or he wasn't able to. Marauders, they kited their hearts out, and in the end, that's a win for Epic. And if he was able to buy time with that depot, that would have been crucial to get another unit out. Likewise, we also rallied the Reaper into the Marauders as well. That would have been 1 extra Reaper. Alas, GG, well played. We're getting into our next game. Whew. We're getting into game number 3, the final game of the series. It all ends here. Regardless of how this goes, it all ends here, one way or another. Either Dolan makes it into the playoffs, or he doesn't. He needs this win. Vámonos, vámonos. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of a golden aura, we have his opponents. We have the pink Terran player, the American Terran representing Storm Gaming, tying up the series in a very fast game in game number 2. It is the normal man. It is Epic. It's kind of weird for the normal man also to be called Epic, not gonna lie. But sporting in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player, the blue Terran. He is one of our own. He is one of the Cranky Ducklings. Being forced into the ace match. Can he make it into that playoff bracket? It is Dirty Dan Dolan. Here we go. Let's go. God, it's getting a little bit late as well. I say late, it's like 9:30 a.m. in the morning. I do have to go to bed soon to cast Sparkling Tuna Cup and to cast WTL. We're going for another proxy. This time we're committing not just 1, but 2. Dolan, he's angry, he's upset, going for a proxy 2 racks. The problem here, double gas opener. Double gas opener out of Epic. This is going to be leading into a faster factory, into Hellion production. Hellion's going to be a big power spike for the normal man, if he can get there. Meanwhile, my apologies, it is not just 2 racks, 3 racks. Okay. It is going to be 3 racks Reaper here from Dolan. Very committed, very aggressive. 2 racks is proxied, 1 rack's back at home. Now, it's all going to come down to the control. Basically what we're looking for, if Dolan can catch the Reaper, if he can catch the first Reaper, he can snowball out of control. Like one dead Reaper could be it. If Epic can realize what's going on, if he reacts in time, if he pulls back, if he saves Reaper, if he pulls the boys, and if Epic buys enough time to get into his Hellion, and then he defends, and that's going to be game. It's just all about the micro, all about the control. Ooh, this is dangerous. He's moving out. He's being dragged out in the open. Very dangerous here for Epic. He's being dragged across the map, which means we can get us around. We can collapse on this Reaper, or even just go across the map into the mineral line. What do we go for? Reaper's okay, they're racing back home. And Epic, is he gonna get caught out? Reaper dives in, we get some extra hits in. Yeah, we do shut it down. First Reaper will fall. Big catch for Dolan. And what do we have to defend? Nothing right now, but the Hellion is on the way. We have 2 Reapers in production with that reactor. Dolan has a big moment though. He has momentum on his side. Is moving up, but can he get this Hellion? Oh, he might be able to. SV falls. The wall is set up. Nice volley here from the Hellion. Boys have to be pulled. We have to pull the boys. Okay, boys are being pulled. Hellion so far holding its own. Some of these Reapers are getting low. 2 more Reapers about to pop out, but the Hellion, we overextend. The Hellion falls, and so will the other. 2 Hellions go down. We have the high ground as well. Big pickoffs. We shut down every single Reaper. Don't get surrounded. Don't get surrounded, papi. There's nothing to defend. Only workers. So many SCVs going to be going down, and Dolan, has he finally done it? Has he barely broken through? Another Hellion is about to spawn in, but we have 0 mining, 0 economy, and we're still rallying Reapers across the map. Again, Epic, he was caught out of the open. Good target firing. That Hellion is 1 shot away from falling, and we're going for the Hellion. We get it. Hellion falls. We have a massive Reaper lead, and we can focus him down. Oh, he almost gets surrounded. It's too much. It's too much. We've done it. We did it, papi. Let's go. GG gets called. Dolan will take the win, and Dolan is 1 step closer to making it into the playoffs. Has he done it? GG. Oh my god. Yeah. GG, well played. Dolan takes the series. Again, it was so bold of Epic to move out. You very rarely move out with your first Reaper. We needed to keep it back at home. Then when we realized what's going on, we preserve it. But it was a big win early on. A big win to snipe that first Reaper. That was the first of the dominoes falling. The first of the dominoes just falling one after the other. A rough moment for Epic. Dolan from there able to camp the production, able to get on top of that Hellion as well. The Hellion did overextend. The boys could have been there to repair, to help buffer, but a bit of miscontrol as well from Epic. And in that kind of tense situation, you cannot make mistakes. You cannot make those kind of missteps because you get punished so hard by the opposing player. GG. GG, well played. Whew. GG, well played. With that, Dolan takes the series, and we mentioned it in the chat earlier. Dolan is one step closer. He's not confirmed yet. Dolan, is he? Dolan, he, I believe, is reliant. Dolan is relying on Champ to go down, but did Champ beat Trigger? No, Champ, he beat Trigger. No, oh, I didn't know. I didn't check. GG. Ay, exclamation mark B in the chats. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. We mentioned it before. Dolan needed Cham to lose. Here, he needed Cham or Estrella to lose. Estrella beat Eggs and Cham beat Trigger. It went to the ace match. That was a very big win for Dolan, but Cham won. He was reliant on some of these other players to lose. Cham beat Trigger, Estrella beat Eggs. Looking at the standings, very, very close here. 4-3, 4-3. Despite Dolan beating Epic, Dolan barely did not edge it out as it comes down to the map score here. He was so close again. If either of these two, if either Cham or Epic would have lost, that could have been it. Sorry, either Cham or Estrella would have lost, that could have been it. Very nicely done though. Like, a shout out to Dolan. He did well for himself. Like, look at how close his scoreline is. Like, look at how close. If one or two series go a different way, maybe he makes it through. GG. A little bit bittersweet, but I'm proud of Dolan. I'm proud of him. You know what? I'm gonna message him right now. You know what? I'm gonna message him. Where are you, Dolan? Telling him he did well. You did well, Bobby. So close. GG. GG. Oh my god. With that, that wraps up the round robin. That wraps up the group stage. We have our top 4 players. We have Trigger, Cham, Estrella, and Epic. Still gonna be an amazing sight. And hey, you know what? Even though Dolan didn't make it through, at least we got a Zerg player, right? Like, at least we got a otherwise, if Cham would have lost, 0 Zergs in the playoffs. So we have some diversity, you know, we have some race representation for Protoss, Zerg, and for Terran. So at least we do get that. We get a little bit of everything there. As
again, where we're sitting on the match arena, we're at 5,800.
As we catch up on the mainstream. GG. GG, well played. I'll pay out the predictions. I'll pay them out. GG, well played. The king of NA for this year. He did beat the favorite, right? Like, that's crazy. Like, Dolan beat Estrella. Ay. Dolan knows boss has to go to bench. Oh. But yeah, shout out. Yeah, we're just catching up. So this match is meaningless. I mean, it wasn't meaningless. There was meaning behind it, definitely. It was just reliant. It was just reliant on some of those other players going down, which could have happened. Could have happened. So again, really well done here to Dolan. Otherwise, GG, well played. With that, we are done for the night. We are wrapping things up here in the SC2's Safe House day number 1. Let's see what's happening over on the mainstream. What are they talking about?
Sometimes it's like that. There's a $200 thing that already got hit, which is the casters are going to play Never Have I Ever with each other, which will be fun. $300 was casters cast like a pro gamer for a game. We did that. I don't know how close we are to $500 drawing facial hair.
So if you want to support this event, if you want to support the SC2 Safe House, exclamation mark Safe House in the chat, and you will get a link to the Matcherino page, and there's plenty to offer on the Matcherino. There's plenty there available if you're interested. If you're a big fan of StarCraft, if you're an old school fan of StarCraft, there is so much to indulge in. Let's just show this off a little bit. Show it off, Pappy. Okay. From the top. Bam. Okay, we do have our Matcherino page here. We have crowdfunded almost $6,000. Oh my god, a shout out to the community here. 6,000 USD. We're almost there. Almost. We're at 5,800. Bordering on 5,900. But if you want some benefits, if you want to support this event, and if you want some things for yourself, we have replay packs. We have the replay pack here for 5 USD. Not bad, not bad. Likewise, that's going to be including the playoff bracket as well, which is tomorrow. Likewise, we have the Liquid Rising poster as well. That is, I believe, like an anniversary, like Team Liquid poster with a bunch of the founding members and all that good stuff. So if you're a big fan of Team Liquid, that's available to you. We have a Slayers MMA signed photo. So if you're a fan of MMA, who isn't? I mean, again, he's not an active player at the moment, but was a big part of the history of StarCraft. Big fan of MMA personally. There's an MMA signed photo. We have the Casters Invitational posters as well. For those who don't know, there was a Casters Invitational. This was back in like 2018, I think. Like 2018, 2019, like I think pre-COVID. But there was a big caster tournament, and you've got custom art of Zombie Grub, of In Control, Pig, Maynard, Todd is in there. You know, you got some of the other foreign casters. Wardy is there, and many Fear Dragon and many others. Jim Rising. So yeah, if you would tune in, if you're a fan of the Caster Invitational, if you're a fan of these casters themselves, if you want a bit of StarCraft history, that is available to you. We have Slayer's Ryung side photo. Shout out to Ryung, the Tunitaran, still an active player on Team Vitality, and an ex-Axiom member. I always bring that up, but MMA also ex-Acer. So two big names, two amazing players, Terrans in their own right. We have an MC. We have an MC signed photo. The USD. We have a Cyril signed card as well from GSL versus the World. Again, MC not an active player anymore. Didn't he play in like in a recent show match? Am I crazy? Was MC playing in one of the SC Evolution show matches or something? I think I saw his name somewhere. MC alongside another, a bunch of other players. Well, no, was it the Tasteless event? That's it. Tasteless, he was holding or is hosting an event that featured MC recently, right? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So still, you know, out there, still active. Meanwhile, we have a Home Story Cup poster as well. We got a Hell It's a Boot Time booster pack. I did just get one of these. You know, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You know, I want to support the tournament. I want to support the scene, and I am definitely game for a Hell It's a Boot Time booster pack. This is from back in Heart of the Swarm. This is back when Base Trade TV hosted a tournament, a big offline event. It was a great event. Crank was there, Livy B was there, plenty of the Axiom players were there as well. I think it was Hart and Alicia, if I'm not mistaken. Hart and Alicia were there, and many other players. We got a Slayer's Boxer unsigned photo. We got a Lone Star Clash poster as well. What else we have? We have Liquid Ret signed photo. We have the Base Trade TV photo by 47S. Oh, we know him. We've seen 47S in the chat. Really cool to see. Again, a piece of StarCraft memorabilia. Base Trade TV isn't really a thing anymore. For those who don't know, Base Trade TV was the biggest community casters for StarCraft. They were bigger than Wardy. They were, again, massive. Zombie Grub, that's where she started off. I guess technically she started casting before that. But, you know, a big rise to fame for Zombie Grub was through Base Trade alongside Rifkin. They're not around anymore. Base Trade, I mean, you know, I think Rifkin still streams, does his own thing, no longer StarCraft related. But still, you know, if you were a fan back in the day, then this is, you know, this could be of value to you. We have the Olima League poster. This is, oh, let's go. I'm tempted for this, I'll be honest. Olima League poster. This is back when Olima League was a thing, and they would have monthly tournaments, and this was for the year of maybe 2017 or 2016. Basically, each of these images here is a custom fan art or custom art of each month's champion. So this is a year worth of champions, a year worth of Olima League champions, 12 months, of course, 12 players. So again, a really cool part of SC2 history. We got a Team Liquid SC2 poster. We got a GSL Finals Creator versus Road card. We got a special signed card if you're a fan of Juanito, fan of Major Special. We got TLO signed WCS card. We got Innovation signed card as well. Oh my god, let's go. We got Innovation TLO. We got a Terran jacket, size XL from Jinx. If you're a Terran fan, if you want a jacket, there you go. We got Sue versus the World, or GSL versus the World Sue signed card. We have a TL.net SC2 collectible card deck. I did not know this was a thing. I don't know what cards are in this. I'm interested though. This is interesting. I don't know who's in this and what cards this represents, but that's an interesting kind of thing you can invest in as well. So again, if you want to support the tournament, check out the Matcherino page if you want any of these lovely things. I'm pretty sure all these did belong to Zombie Grub, and she's willing to put these up for grabs for the tournaments. Again, Zombie Grub did invest the most money into this. This is Zombie Grub's, tournament, and the community is coming together to help fund it. But yeah, it's really cool that she's willing to part with some of these things, which I'm sure are difficult to part with when StarCraft 2 is a major part of your life, and when you're gathering these like trinkets or memorabilia. There's a lot of memories and value there, and yeah, she's just willing to part with some of this. So yeah, do consider checking it out. A lot of value, definitely, especially if you're a hardcore StarCraft fan. Otherwise, thank you for watching. For me myself, again, I got the booster pack. I'm hoping for a crank card. As you can imagine, here are the Cranky Ducklings. We have to get the crank card, obviously. So I'm hoping we can pull it in that Hell It's About Time booster pack. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Gamers 8 Legends, MC versus Stefano. There you go. There you go. Yeah. But with that, we're done for the night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. I am ready for bed. This was a 6 hour. The time blew by. I'll be honest. I did not expect. Last time I looked at the time, it was 4 hours. It was like 3.5 hours, and now it's 3 hours later. Where did the time go? It's almost 10 a.m. It's almost 10 a.m. in the morning. But with that, we're wrapping up tonight. But we're gonna be coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be day number 2. I say we are coming back. This tournament is coming back tomorrow for the playoffs for day number 2. So check out the main stream. We will not be casting the playoffs. We won't be casting it because we're busy casting other stuff. But of course, the main stream is handling it. Tomorrow, we are I say tomorrow, later on tonight, in a number of hours, we're going to be live with the Sparkling Tuna Cup. That is our weekly open tournament. That is in, how long is it? It's like in 10 hours? No. I think in like 9 hours time. Basically, I need to sleep. I need to, oh God, I just drank some coffee. I need to go straight to bed. In around 9-ish hours, we're going to be live with Sparkling Tuna Cup. Hopefully I'm awake. Hopefully I'm able to sleep as quickly as possible and I can wake up in time for Sparkling Tuna Cup. It's in 9 hours, and right after Sparkling Tuna Cup, we're going to be casting World Team League. World Team League WTL Day 3 of Round 6. So plenty of content to come on the channel in 9 hours time, back-to-back broadcasts. So gonna go to bed, wake up, and cast some more, because that's what we do here on the Cranky Ducklings. We're always casting, always. For better or for worse, there's always content here on the Cranky Ducklings. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We're going to be rating the mainstream, give them some love, give them some support. I believe the mainstream are going to be playing poker. I think they're playing poker. They're going to do like a talk show. They've got some other content that they're going to be diving into. So support the mainstream, support the cause, support the Matcherino, support the StarCraft. Fa la galera, papi, fa la galera. Ah, we're done. Ya terminamos, papi, ya terminamos. Este Zerglord. Thanks for casting. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your nights. We'll see you tomorrow for some more StarCraft. Until then, hasta luego. Until then, enjoy. See you guys. I just cut myself off. Until then, hasta luego. Until then, enjoy. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao, papi. Ciao, papi. Ciao. See you in 9 hours.
We did.
Wow.